has family in Mississippi and says, while we tend to hear negative things about Mississippi, it's a place where the people are beautiful, great food, great music, and he's always felt so loved and welcomed there. So he wanted to make sure that he found a life from Mississippi.
So I ain't gonna lie, this word been on my. I'm gonna stop saying that. I ain't gonna lie. It's like if you're not gonna lie, just don't lie. But this word been on my spirit for a minute, right? So, and I didn't want to say nothing because I already know the backlash. But whatever, like I really don't care no more because I realize that people going to say whatever they want regardless. Make up lies, try to put you down, try to make you seem stupid, try to lift you up. I mean, people gonna do whatever they do regardless. So whatever. So anyway, right? When Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, he's talking about the I am. He's talking about the I am. Like I am is not just I am is an entity in itself. I am is the substance that anything that you attach to it is molded by. Anytime we use the words I am, usually whatever it is after that is how the I am comes into being. So before the being is the I am. And the I am is being. It's just existence. And this is why that fake God said I am that I am. He was impersonating the real all. But he understands it. That's why he said that that's who he was, even though he was lying. The I am is in all of us. The I am can be seen as a command prompt. And to be honest, I don't know the exact terminology for what a command prompt is, but I do know that when you use a computer, when you want to put a command in, you bring up something called a command prompter, and then you put that prompt in to make the computer do what you want. So I am is like a command prompt. Whatever you put after the I am is what you're commanding the I am to do. So when Jesus says the I am is the way, the I am is the truth, and the I am is the life, he's talking about the I am. So whatever. So, and this was something that was this is another thing that was made aware to me by somebody else, and they were saying, "What are you before the word that you attach to the I am? You just are. Like the I am is you. When you say I am, you're even if you don't have to say it. I mean, but you are being. The I am is just being. It's just saying I am. I am. It's just I am being. You know what I mean? Now you can attach whatever you want after that I am to bring that into reality. And we do this knowingly and unknowingly. You know what I mean? When we say things, which is why it's very important to be careful what you speak. Be careful what you say. Even if the reality doesn't look like it, you need to know that you command that reality. Remember, I am is the command prompt. You command the reality. And the I am is the command prompt that you use to command it. And you get through to the Father or the source or inside of yourself with the I am. The I am is the command prompt. That's why he's saying you can't get to your higher self without the command prompt. You have to use the command prompt. Because most of the times we forget that we're the creator. Like, we forget that we're the creator of our universes. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be reminded. And this is why he reminded us that use the I am to get to the Father. And when he says no one can get to the Father through me, that's you. Nobody can get you back to source but you. Even if somebody shows you the way back to source, you have to take the path. You have to pick up your cross and walk. Like, all this whole thing is an allegory for you getting back to your higher self. And the I am is the command prompt. So when you say I am, command, substance, wealthy, that's the prompt. Now the subconscious mind goes to start looking for things to confirm that. And it's the same way when you say anything else. I mean, so it's very, like, just do this. I mean, and this is not for people who've already mastered this. This is for people who, or even if you have already mastered this, because a lot of people I know that watch me, because I know they're watching, they've mastered this. They've mastered the I am. I mean, they make sure that their spirit reflects what they want in their life. You know what I mean? I will say this about affirmations. So, and I'm starting to use them again. But there was one point in my life that I really felt like the affirmation worked. This was back in the early 2000s. I mean, I'm sorry, not the early 2000s. It was like 2020, like between that whole time I was down in Florida. I was in Florida from like 2020 to like 2023 or something like that. And I remember this is when I was kind of doing like yoga consistently. I mean, every day, every morning I was getting up. I mean, doing yoga, and meditating. And this was 2 times. Actually, I'll share 3 things. 3 things that confirmed to me that, and I can't say confirmed because I have to duplicate it again to really see. It only happened once, but it happened around the time when I was doing those practices. So the first thing was, and I was using Catherine Ponders. I really love yo, come on, man. Yo, I swear, man, people, I be about to see an accident like every day. But I really like Catherine Ponders' work because she really focuses on the spoken word. Like, the words that we use are powerful. But don't get me wrong. But I don't know, man. Because I hear all sorts of stories. I hear some people saying they do nothing but affirmations and they manifest things. You know, maybe my mind is flawed because I feel like you got to do something. Like, I feel like you use the affirmations, but I feel like the affirmations give you the ideas. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't know. So, like, look, right? I was doing those affirmations by Catherine Ponder. I really like her affirmations and those. You know, so and I got a raise. Like, at the job I was at, like, literally, like, not too long after that, I got a raise. I was working for this fence company, and they had like tier pay, so I went from tier 1 to tier 2. And like I said, I don't know, because it could have been timing, it could have been anything. But I just remember that, and I remember the first thing I thought of was those affirmations that I did. And I was like, oh shit, I got a raise. And I was doing those affirmations. Now, I don't know, because there was a lot of crazy shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. So I you know, for all I know, that could have been linked. You know what I mean? To where it's like, yo, he's doing affirmations. Yo, give him a raise so you think it worked. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm telling y'all, and I know that sounds crazy, but the people I was around all knew each other. They all knew each other. They all talked. I was the only one that was out of the loop. But anyway, so I don't know. Could have been a fluke, but it happened again, and it happened in a different way. So one of the affirmations I was using was about not eating as much. Like I forget the exact affirmation, but it was basically something along the lines of I stop eating when I'm content or when I'm full. And I remember one day sitting there eating, and normally I overeat. Like I eat too much. And I think that, my somebody made a point to me, and it made sense. They was like, probably because when you was younger there were times where you didn't have a lot. So you have this tendency to try to eat too much because you know that you might not get, nothing else later or whatever. So I think there's something there. But at one point in time I was eating and I just stopped. Like I was like, I'm full. And I stopped when I was full. And I was like, oh shit. That affirmation that I was using worked. And then this isn't necessarily on the lines of affirmations, but this is on breathing and breath control. So, and this when I was still in Florida, working for the fence company. It was this one particular job that we did. And I remember one of these contractors said something that made me so mad. But because I had been doing them breathing practices so regularly, like, because when you get angry, like your biology starts reacting. You know what I mean? Like you start breathing faster. You know what I'm saying? Heart rate speeds up. You know what I mean? You get hot. You know what I'm saying? But that went to happen and I literally felt it neutralized. It was like the breathing practices kept my emotions in check when it counted. And that's what I feel like it's for. I feel like all these practices are for life. You know what I mean? You practice just like you practice anything. You practice for the game. So like you practice the breathing exercises, not just for the sake of practicing breathing exercises, but it's to help you regulate. You know what I mean? Regulate your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Regulate your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Regulate your thoughts. Like regulate. Even though I don't, I feel like you can control the flow of thoughts, but you can't necessarily cut them off. But so yeah, man. When Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, the life, he's talking about the I am. The I am is the way. The I am is the truth. And the I am is the life. And when you use the word I am, you're giving your subconscious mind a command prompt. And the I am is the source inside of you. And that's why that being said, I am that. I am. It was supposed to be a period. It wasn't a continuous sentence. It was a period in between I am and then it was period. That I am. Basically, I am is the command prompt, and whatever you attach to the command prompt, that's what I will be to you. When somebody asks you who you are, what's the first thing you say? Yeah, you might say your name, but you're I am. You know what I mean? The I am is the command prompt. I'm saying the I am is the source. And remember that you're the I am before the being. So I just am. And then Dana is the character that I am in this 3D reality. You know what I mean? This is the vessel I chose. Hey, I will say it's this too, right? Soul contracts really help you take responsibility. The idea, even if you don't believe in soul contracts, if you just have the thought that every single challenge that you have in this life you asked for to make you better, if you just have that thought process, then you'll get out of the victim mentality and realize that you have the power to overcome it because you literally asked for it. You know what I mean? So now, Like I had somebody say something today that had me kind of heated, and I checked myself. I was like, hey, look, this is a chance right here to practice emotional regulation. Like all your challenges can be turned into gold. You know what I mean? Everything can be alchemized. You know what I'm saying? All negative energy can be alchemized. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, when Yeshua says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, he's talking about the I am. And you use the I am to get back to the Father or your higher self. You know what I mean? Because remember what Jesus also said, I and God, I and the Father are one. Repeat everything that he says to yourself. Because that's you. The story is about you. You know what I mean? The story is about you. And when it comes to these ancient texts, like, I use ancient texts for what they are. Like, I always try to find a way to relate the ancient text back to my life. Or situations or whatever. Like, I never try to worship anything outside of myself. Because I know that I am the creator of my reality. And I create my reality with my beliefs that are in my subconscious mind. And I use my conscious mind to, make the choices to change the subconscious mind. And I need to use the command prompt to reprogram my subconscious mind, as well as my actions. Because even if you never said an affirmation a day in your life, if you do something enough, it will be wired into your brain. You know what I mean? Like literally your affirmation can be your action. So yeah, use the command prompt to get back to the Father or your higher self. Through you. You are the way. You are the truth. And you are the life. And the only way you can get back to the Father is through you. Using the I am prompt.